To the left, to the left. Hey everybody, this is The Truth Hurts. And today, I want to talk about the conservatives and the liberals. When you talk about dualities, dichotomies, or the Hegelian dialectic, you're talking about the two sides of the proverbial coin. The left wing, right wing, same bird schematic. In reality, it isn't really dualism, it's a trilogy. It's the two competing forces, plus the puppet masters who control both sides. It's really a triangle, a symbolic polygon that represents the pyramid. We see this play out in real time when we watch the debate, Biden versus Trump. We're totally fooled into believing, firstly, that we have a choice, and secondly, that we have to like one of them. Well, I don't like either of them, but we're conditioned to think that way. You've got to like one of them. You got to make a choice. Plant your flag, so to speak. Michael Jackson or Prince. Biggie or Tupac. Liberal or conservative. Well, I like Biggie and Tupac. Mike J and Prince. I think for myself. But that's not the nature of this beast. They want you to choose sides. They present you with two seemingly diametrically opposed, completely opposite forces. Michael Jackson was good. Prince was evil. Biggie represented the East Coast, and Tupac the West. This is the divide and conquer technique that has been used for ages. Christian, Muslim, black, white, young, old. They take a set of principles, and instead of focusing on what they have in common, they magnify the differences. For our part, we run with it. We turn it into something ugly. We never look for common ground. We never look to compromise. We get behind our particular option and fight to the death. We don't want to realize the weakness in our stance. We'd rather ignore, become evasive, and even lie to perpetuate something that we've been tricked into in the first place. Let's take the liberals versus the conservatives. I mean the far right and the far left. I'm not going to argue whether one is right or wrong, as I believe both groups are sick. The point I'm making is, while they're on the ground posturing and pump faking, ready to go to war, their masters couldn't care less. Their masters are the ones who perpetuate this divide. Their masters are sharing a branding and a nice fuente opus and marveling at their magic. How can you believe they placed Obama in office to supplicate black people, but aren't strong enough to not have Trump in office? How do you believe Trump, who has the intelligence of a broken toothpick, is able to outsmart those evil geniuses at Tavistock? It's a scam. Black Lives Matter, Antifa, all those white supremacist organizations are being used. What's sad? Actually, it would be funny if it wasn't so dangerous, is that the far right, with all their education and conspiracy theories, are the biggest dupes. They really believe Trump is a savior. It's actually their religion. They can't see past their hate to realize they're being used like a cheap whore. But who's behind this charade? Who are these so-called puppet masters? Easy answer is the Jesuits and the Zionists. But this thing goes much deeper, and the reach is much, much higher. In short, on the physical plane, you're dealing with the age-old Roman and Khazarian empires. They've been in control of Western thought since 439 AD, when the original Roman Empire fell. Yet their hold wasn't complete until 1492, after the Moors and Hebrews were ousted from Spain. Watch the changes that take place after this date. Columbus sets out for the New World. The Mayflower comes over in 1620. Slavery was set up in 1619. In 1649, the Religious Tolerance Act. This is how the Jews were able to operate without issue. On August 17th, 1790, Moses Sayas penned a letter to then President George Washington asking for American recognition, tolerance, and respect for the Jews and their religion. Slavery was in full swing, and the Jews were big-time players. President Washington's response was, of course we will. This is the land of the free. Talk about hypocrisy. The creation of the Jesuits, the French Revolution, the creation of the Illuminati, the European Renaissance, the Industrial Age, and all the wars took place after 1492. When you talk about the New World Order, that's the date you start with. The Jesuits, or the Society of Jesus, was made an official order in the 1500s. The Jesuits are one of the most powerful secret societies on earth. The creator, Ignatius Loyola, was an occultist, a vindictive and dangerous individual. He pledged his allegiance to the Black Goddess of Montserrat, or the Black Madonna, who is in fact the transcendent Kali Mother, or in reality, the demonic goddess Ashereth. The Alumbrados, or Illuminati, formed from the Jesuits. Right? We were taught that the Vatican opposed secret societies, including Freemasonry and the Illuminati. That was a lie. The Jesuits were formed to undermine the progress made by Martin Luther and the Protestant movement. That was a lie. In reality, it was a trick to get the so-called Protestants, who were against Catholicism, back under one umbrella. This is nothing but another Hegelian dialectic. The Protestant Church has always been subordinate to the Holy See. Look at how many organizations they run. Check the FBI and the CIA and see how many graduated from Georgetown or Notre Dame or one of the Loyolas. They have always controlled your religious thought. They have always controlled the right. You guys better wake up. And you Hebrew Israelites, the Vatican is responsible for leaking the truth about who the true Hebrews are. This is spiritual warfare, and as such, they're playing by different rules. Nothing is ever 100% true, nor 100% false. You just have to be able to discern. As for the left, who do you think runs the left? You guessed it. Zionism. Black people, they have no love affair with you. They have no special place in their heart for you. They love the ghettos, the drug abuse, the murder, and mayhem. They push porn, abortion, gun control, homosexuality, pedophilia, and any other vice you can think of. They're responsible for this new hip-hop. They created BLM, the NAACP, the NBA, the NFL, and any other alphabet they can make money off of. In the 1900s, modern Zionism is purported to have begun with a man named Theodor Herzl. Zionism was created much earlier than that, but most assuredly after 1492. Adam Weishaupt was born February 6, 1748 in Ingolstadt, Bavaria, and was brought up in a Jesuit school. Does anyone else find that interesting? We'll keep listening. After Pope Clement suppressed the Jesuits in 1773, Adam Weishaupt went on to form the Illuminati and oppose the Jesuits and the Catholic Church. Like Martin Luther, Adam Weishaupt was an agent for the church, assigned to go out and be the church's opposition. Why? So the church can control both sides of the aisle. So they can control both sides of the argument. Both angles on the pyramid. That's what the Hegelian dialectic is all about. You'll find Zionism comes from this group. This is the Bavarian, Saxe-Gotha, Germanic, Ashkenazi Jewish sect. This is how so many so-called Jews ended up in Germany. This is not an indictment on all Jewish people. Nothing of the sort. This is to show how all these groups work in concert like a well-oiled machine. And we are the pawns. Those Jews exterminated by Hitler were pawns. Hitler was played. They needed a lunatic to do what he did, to garner the sympathy of the world and create a holy land. So all you neo-Nazi types, just know, you've been played. This is a spiritual battle set in a physical dimension. And you're being forced to choose sides. The problem is, both sides are the bad guys. But you'll never see it until you open your good eye. Peace.